Hey guys, so today I'm really excited. I got something in the mail, something that was unexpected. A company reached out to me and wanted me to review a particular product. Now, I'm a big fan of cages, but the one thing is I've used the expensive cages and cheap cages, and usually cheap cages don't really hold out. So I ended up using the wooden camera cage. I actually have two of these guys, which I've used for years, but this company actually sent me something and I'm really surprised about the quality, so let's get to it. So basically what came in the box was the cage itself, a handle, top handle, and you've got your cold shoe mount with a ball head. Really excited to review this Cam Gear SlightRig cage. The price point is phenomenal. So it's $130 through Amazon, and it has all the things that you would probably need in a cage, and it's perfect for the A7S2, the A7RII, or the A7 II. Now it fits really snug and has a whole bunch of features. For that price point, I think it's a great deal. What's really nice is it has an extra hot shoe here right on the cage and on the top handle as well. It does keep your hot shoe open here for your camera, which is really nice. The HDMI cable clamp, it's adjustable and it keeps your cable really snug. Seems to work really well. It's smooth, machined well, so I'm happy with that. It does have the holes here so you can actually put your straps through. So if you want to keep this cage light, take the handle off, put your straps back on, so you don't have to take your cage off if you want to go lightweight. You can move this handle from left to right, which is a nice extra feature as well. It does have a standard NATO rail on the left hand side. This enables you to mount NATO handles, clamps, and other NATO compatible accessories. And also on the right hand side, going back to this, you have the A7RII rosette, which also will allow you to use A7RII compatible accessories, so that's a huge plus. What's great about this is if you use a NATO handle here and a rosette handle here, you've got two touch points plus the handle here, and again for $130 there is an optional plate here on the bottom which allows you to use like Arca Swiss or Manfrotto plates. The form factor of the cage is really nice. It's got a nice fit on the A7S2, which I really miss. Using the wooden camera cage, I had to kind of make it fit the cage, and I always felt like it was a little off. I do love that cage, it's great quality, but after playing around with this cage I see that the quality is really nice. So many mounting points. Now there's one thing I do notice. Now I shoot a lot of photos and shoot videos. Now obviously I can mount this going the other way as far as the handle goes. I can turn it around and make it go this way, but I think to balance the camera it feels good this way. The problem is when I put my eye to it, this kind of hits my head, so I would have to turn it around. Now it depends on how you feel about it and how comfortable that is for you, or if you use the handle at all, you can take it off or again turn it around. Now this actually came with this hot shoe ball mount accessory, and I think it's going to be great for maybe a small light, even to if you wanted to add your mic. I think that would be great for it, but I would not use this for a heavy monitor. I did try to mount a heavy monitor with this and it doesn't hold. A lot of these are just not good for that. It's a nice little extra that they threw in here, but it's not something I would mount my monitor on. So just think about that when you buy that, not to count on this to hold your monitor. But overall, really happy with this cage. So I'll put the link below for it and you can check it out for yourself. For the price, compared to my wooden camera cage, which is this guy here, and I've been using this on so many cameras. Very different setup. It doesn't have all the mounting points that this cage does, nor is it that slim fitting, but I do like having the handle here as opposed to getting a rosette handle. It fits really nice on my A7RII. I've used this on the A7S2 as well, and also on the A7RII. Now obviously the handle goes here. I can use this to actually photograph. It's not hitting my face, so that's nice that it's set up this way for some reason. I don't know why this is set up the way that it is. I guess it's to clear the hot shoe for the camera. The other thing that I I'm not that happy about with this cage because it's not really built specifically for this camera, but you can make it work with a lot of cameras, is that you have to actually put it inside your camera's hot shoe. Now looking at the cage right now, the first thing I would mount is something like the Lav Mic. If I wanted to mount that on here, it's pretty simple. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Having that hot shoe there is really, really nice. So you can do the same here if you wanted it to be higher and use this maybe for a lav mic. I would only really mount a light microphone here on the top handle hot shoe because it's almost halfway, doesn't go all the way in. Half of it sticks out. It's not going to fall out with a light mic. I wouldn't put my lav unit on here. So now let's go see what happens when I put a side lav on here, if that fits. So the lav mic actually fits on here really nicely. What I would do is I would take this handle and push it all the way left to give me a little bit more clearance, but it does fit. Again, I've got a Rode mic on here and I've got a lav unit on here as well. So that's nice. So having that in one little package for the price is really nice. Again, it's a sturdy cage, really well built. I really like it. There's other ones in the market, similar price points. I think the quality from what I've seen, I think is worth the money here. It's a really tight unit, it's built really well. Let's talk a little bit about maybe some of the cons. The way that I use these cages is I want to be able to break them down in a smaller format. I always like the fact of having a removable handle. I had the same problem with the wooden camera cage. This handle is the same way. You're going to need an Allen key to take the handle off. I wish they would have made a NATO top handle for this cage so it's easily removable, just to be able to pack it back down. Now, they did promise they were going to come out with a rail system, or they have it, and they weren't able to ship it at the same time, so I can review that later on as well. So I do recommend this. I'll put a link below so you guys can check it out. So some final notes. Cam Gear did not pay me to review this product. They sent this product to me just to take a look and tell them what I thought about this cage. I really appreciate them sending it to me. Again, I think if you're looking for a budget cage and you own the A7S II or the A7II or the A7RII, I think this is a great cage and it's got a great value. A lot of accessories will work with this cage, so I think it's a good cage. There's always a pro and con to every gear. I've never had a piece of gear where everything was perfect. I wish I can say I did, but it doesn't. Now, this particular cage has a lot of pros going for it for the price point. It's really well built. It looks really, really nice, and it's a really slim package, and I think having the extra handle for the 130, I think is worth it. Again, there's very similar cages out there for you know, the difference of maybe $20 or so. So if you're looking for a budget cage, I'd recommend this cage. If you have any questions regarding this cage or anything that I've reviewed before, I'm going to continue making these videos, so if you haven't subscribed, please do so. We really appreciate it. All right, so that wraps up this video. I'll talk to you guys next time.